Hey guys, and welcome back to another end of week chat. I hope you're all well and keeping safe. I just wanted to have another check-in and sort of an update about how things are going for me and how I'm doing things right now. And sort of like the first thing I wanted to talk about is I'm just glad that this week I've been able to upload content and keep everything going smoothly, because it's been a great week with some really fun episodes. Because I went away for a few days last week to go and visit some family, and then we had more lockdown and restriction concerns, and COVID is making a comeback again. We're entering that Australian winter, so that's sort of like a perfect place for that sort of stuff to spike again. And luckily, through much stress and much confusion, I was able to make it back home without anything going wrong. So I'm very grateful that that happened, but also just like annoyed that I spent a lot of time stressing about it because I was worried that I would be stuck and I wouldn't be able to come back and have to like post an update being like, well, not going to be able to do content for you guys for a little while until this gets sorted. So luckily that was all avoided, and that's why I didn't say anything, because I didn't want to like preemptively be like, oh, this might be a thing. I was like, I'll just wait and see, because if everything goes smoothly, then nobody blinks an eye and it's fine. And it was fine. So I'm glad that that was the case, and I was able to keep up the uploads for this week. And that sort of ties into something that I want to talk about in terms of the weekly schedule and like this week's content, like the videos that I upload at the end of each week, and that I'm going to no longer be doing a weekly schedule. I will still be uploading videos every day, occasionally more than that, in the same way that I have been. But I'm just looking to give myself a little bit more freedom now and sort of like to take that pressure off. The schedule was very good for me, and it still is. Like, I love looking at what I have coming up in advance in my own internal schedule and then sharing what videos are coming out and when. But I think I want to be a little bit more flexible with that schedule. So I'll probably still keep like an internal schedule in my mind of like, and write it down of like, this is kind of what I want to put out and when. But it allows me, like, if anything unexpected comes up and if anything happens, or like I have run into any issues, then it doesn't cause any weird miscommunications, you know? And like, it's not me stopping daily uploads. I'm not pulling back and going, oh, I'm only going to do like 2 to 3 episodes a week. It really is just that I want a bit more flexibility. So like there could be like 3 Dark Souls episodes in a week, for example, you know? Or maybe I'm getting particularly into a game and I'm just like, don't want to put it down, and you might get like a back-to-back episode of a game. Or a new game comes out that I really want to check out, and like it's getting a lot of attention, and I want to see for myself and upload it like immediately, like ahead of time. I don't want to like have to wait. This has been like a thought process I've had for a little while now. I've been thinking about this one for a while, and one of the big ones for me was thinking about Resident Evil Village, where it's like a new game that we've been like building up to and leading up to for ages now with playing the Resident Evil series. But you see when like a new game comes out and like people are just like obsessively playing it, and they'll have like their full playthrough up and uploaded in parts like in no time, you know, like, and it's like over the course of a week, or like they're just like, all right, here's the game, I've played it, you can check out the full thing. Whereas with me, it was like putting it more so in a schedule, 2 episodes per week, you know what you're getting type deal. And I think both have their advantages, but I want to at least experiment and try with the other way, where it's like if a new game like that comes out and there's I have the capacity to do so. It's like, say for example, Ratchet and Clank's coming out soon, Rift Apart, and Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. The Yuffie DLC comes out soon, and both of those things are interesting to me. Final Fantasy VII Remake probably the most. And so, like, if I want to keep doing the playthroughs that I'm doing right now, which will continue, but then I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just do like a couple of videos on the new Final Fantasy VII Remake DLC and sprinkle that in there. Like, it allows me to do that as well, instead of going, oh, I've already put my schedule out, so now it feels weird if I'm like uploading outside of that or doing other things type deal. So it's like, if there's any, I'm able to make more changes on the fly and have a little bit more consistency. That's what I'm looking at. So just to like reiterate, is the daily uploads are still going to continue. Like how it's usually happened is it uploads, my uploads go up standard midnight in my time zone, and then sometimes I'll have one at 3 a.m. in my time zone as well. And I like those time slots. This is a good opportunity for you to let me know what those uploads look like for you. Like, what time is that for you? Is that a good time for you? Do you end up watching it later because you're either asleep or at work or something like that? Because time zones are a whole thing. Because that could even be room for me to figure out if I should upload maybe a little bit later or a little bit earlier in my time, and see how that goes, you know, if that is more effective for you, so you can like jump onto videos at a good time when they come out, or something like that. But yeah, just to reiterate, is I'm still going to be playing the same games that I'm playing right now. I'm not pulling anything back. It's just that the weekly schedule in particular that I upload will come to a halt, and it'll just allow me that flexibility, so I can, you know, it's instead of like spacing it out with being like, oh, here's like this game, and then 3 days later it's this game again, 3 days later it's this game again, and it's like on that schedule. It's like maybe I want to do like more Metal Gear Solid episodes in a row and like have a really good time like smashing it out, or maybe I want to upload more bonus stuff or different things like that, and that essentially wraps up that ramble on like scheduling changes. Is nothing is gonna really change outside of upload frequency. It's more so taking the pressure off myself now that I have really adjusted to uploading every day, because I've been uploading every day, sometimes more than every day, since like I think September, I think, of last year is when I started doing the weekly schedule videos when I was playing Metal Gear Solid 1 still. So it's wild to think it's been, the time has like flown, but it's been like that long now. So it's been pretty crazy. So time to try something new, but not too drastic in my opinion. And then I just wanted to, moving on from that one, is I wanted to actually talk about something new that I am considering or thinking of trying, because I got a couple of things that arrived in the mail today, and I've been really excited and waiting for these to arrive, because I was concerned at if they were going to be shipping quickly or if it would even come to me in time, with, you know, and then I was worried I wouldn't receive them being in maybe potentially lockdown in another state. But I got Volume 1 and Volume 2 of the Berserk Deluxe Edition. So I've opened the first one, and then I've got the second one as well. And they're massive! They're massive. They're like close to 700 pages each. Absolutely huge. And they look fantastic. And I've essentially just opened it up just to check like the first couple of pages, and it just looks fantastic, and the page looks good, and that's censored, guys, you can't see that. Parental advisory required. But one of the reasons with this is I was actually thinking whether or not you guys would be interested if I read this manga series, which I've been wanting to get into for a long time, ever since I became a fan of Berserk. Or like, do you want me to share it with you guys? Is what I was thinking, like doing a reaction / like discussion video as we go through it. Like I can read like each one of these books has 3 volumes, and then it's broken apart in their chapters and everything like that. Like, would you guys love to kind of go through that one with me? We can do like a reaction, discussion, analysis stuff on the series, like going through the volumes in sequence, and I can sort of upload that like every week or maybe a couple of times a week, depending on how editing goes or depending on how it even goes. It's just something that I'm thinking about that could be like a new thing that I'm going to do in my own time anyway, but I think I would love to share that with you guys as well, and I'm sure there's probably a lot of Berserk fans out there who might be interested in that one as well. It's just an idea. It doesn't have to start and end with Berserk either. Like, I've got multiple things on my like watch list or like my reading list. I've got the Akira box set manga back there as well that I love, and it could just be like an interesting thing. So just floating that idea your way if you would love to check that one out alongside me, because I'm going to read it anyway. I'm going to love it. I'm going to want to talk about it, and I think a big part of that comes to like, I don't have a lot of friends in person to really talk at length with about this stuff, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that I'm interested in, a lot of things that I love, and you're just like, man, I don't have like a group of friends in my life that we can like nerd out and talk about this stuff with. And I think a big part of me loving to do like YouTube and Let's Plays is sharing that experience with you guys and us like being able to talk about it, because I can have really good conversations, and I love getting in depth with content that I love, whether it be like shows or games or like books, anything like that. So it kind of stems from that, I think, is like I'd love the opportunity to kind of share that with you guys. That's where that one comes from, where you're someone who doesn't have the biggest group of friends, or the friends you have don't exactly have the same interests in those things, and you just want people to talk to. That's why forums exist, I guess. But yeah, just floating that idea out there for you guys as something that I'll be thinking of maybe doing soon, because I'm excited to jump in and finally read it. Because yeah, like I said, like I'm more of a new fan of the show, of the series, because I watched the 97 anime and then the 2011 movie trilogy, but I haven't watched the 2016 show, and I was just like, I really want to see what the manga is all about, and I was deliberating buying these for the longest time, and then of course with the recent news that came up about Kentaro Miura, which was very sad, I was like, okay, this is going to be the time that I finally go through this and read this, because the artwork looks absolutely incredible, and I can't wait. But yeah, I think that's really all I had for you guys today. Is I'm trying as hard as I can to keep things positive, and despite everything that's happening with like lockdowns and life and all of that kind of stuff, because there's a lot going on, and life can be very hard, but playing games and sharing that with you guys brings me a lot of joy. Like that's the thing that like makes me really happy, and I want to do that more with you guys, and that's why I want to reiterate that it's like taking away this weekly schedule is not me pulling back from you guys. It's just I want to feel a bit more comfortable and take that pressure off, so I can continue doing it and sharing it with you guys, because you guys have been absolutely amazing, and I'm very grateful for your support on everything that's going on and happening, and I'm really excited for the future, to see where we'll be at in the coming months, because I'm like fully committed and like all in on this, and having a great time, and always thinking of like new things or different things that I can do and share with you guys, so it can be like a nice experience for all involved. So with that one, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the videos that will be coming up next week. Just a reminder that I'm still playing the same game, so you'll see Dark Souls, Metal Gear Solid, and Mass Effect. I'm still pushing through on Rule of Rose as well, despite my frustrations with the combat, and then who knows, you might see some other things pop up when I get around to it. So I hope you're excited. I hope you're having a good time, and like what I'm doing, and that you're happy to be here. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.